and girls, welcome to the final weekend of the season for the DTM Revival DTM Classic Championship here in Spielberg, Austria at the Red Bull Ring. It's time for free practice. We've got 26 cars for you on the grid this weekend. And well, hopefully we have 26 cars throughout the whole weekend. As you can see, it is a glorious day here. Maybe a little bit chilly not for me, I'm still in shorts, of course, but for most normal people, it's pretty chilly today. But the sun is indeed shining out there. Track temperature a lot lower than we've had actually previously throughout this season. So yeah, tyre wear should be a little bit easier for everybody this weekend. Well, straight away, the Audi Coupe Quattro, very famous from the World Rally Championship many moons ago. And it was one of the only rally cars that did indeed have a road setup, or road chassis, if you like, underneath of the car, which they're able to switch out, and that's why it's now able to race in the DRM Revival. So yeah, good to see that car, one of my favourite cars of all time, along with a couple of other guest drivers this weekend. Big story really is Peter Mucker. Peter Mucker in the Ford Zakspeed Capri Turbo could sew up the championship with a race victory on day one of the weekend tomorrow. So yeah, watch out for that Zakspeed Capri being super, super quick throughout the whole championship so far. And well, I would expect nothing less than that car being quick once again as well. And we've also got the Pantera. Of course, you've got to whisper that, Pantera. Otherwise, everyone knows the car's here, and then we have, unfortunately, some DNFs for it. So we want to see the Pantera racing this weekend. So as the cars then do indeed make it through the middle section here at the Red Bull Ring. You can see now we're on the exit of the middle sector, in through the S's, down towards the final two corners. Already, in many of the classes that we've had here, DTM Trophy and the BMW M2s, there have been a lot of track limit excursions. Very strict this weekend, so expect to see times appear on the screen and then disappear off the screen as quickly. That's just the nature of this circuit. It is very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Some great camera shots here, though, early on of everybody just getting acclimatized to the circuit, getting some heat into the tires. Will take a little bit longer than normal today for sure. That's the second to last corner there. You can run onto the blue stuff. Make sure you keep two wheels on the red and white curbs on the left-hand side. And then you've got the final corner as well. So those two corners really are the two where track limits are at an absolute maximum for everybody. As you can see, Peter making his way. Try and get some clear track. Try and find some pace around this circuit. Although very early on the brakes. Doesn't want to get too involved with everybody else. As we saw there, the Alfa Romeo Montreal. The long run then up towards officially what they call turn two, the left-hander, but it's not really a corner, is it? I think that the corner that are coming up towards now, this right-hander, is turn two. But it's, yeah, really, officially this is turn three, but I like to think of this as turn two. As you can see, the mountains in the background, the hills are alive with the sound of music, of course. A very, very picturesque place. If there was ever a place to take pictures for a postcard, it would be here. For motorsport fans, anyway. See Otto Rensing in the number 17. And that Porsche 911 RSL, the yellow stripe down the middle. The yellow stripes across the skirt as well. Getting a little bit of clear air. Expecting to see Otto near the front of the grid throughout this weekend. We see a bit of smoke being kicked up there by a car in front as well, which is never a good sign with these older cars. As we see there, Meyer in the number 28, the BMW E21 Group 2 car. In the Class 3s, as the first times are now starting to be posted here. It's Kammerman in the BMW M1 Pro car, one of the loudest cars I've ever heard in my life, is the fastest. Schumann second, and in the BMW 635 Group 5, and then Stephanie has just gone up into P2 then in the BMW 320 Group 5, guest drive this weekend as well, as Ravecki is just going to put the 320i E21 Group 2 up into 6th position. As Petrokovic then in the Ford Capri Group 5, so we've got two Capris this weekend, and actually the Ford Capri Group 5 that Petrokovic is driving is a replica of a sister car that is the Ford Zakspeed Capri Turbo Peter Mucker's driving. So the sister car of the original. So Peter Mucker's is the original car, whereas Petrakovic's is not the original, but it is a replica of another car that was in the same championship. So a nice little bit of information there for you. As we see Anton Werner then, who will be driving the Audi Coupe Quattro. And this car is going to be a handful. I was having a little chat with the engineers earlier saying, oh, you're gonna let the car go sideways this weekend. They're like, nope, absolutely not. They're going to wrap this car up with cotton wool, that's for sure. Running in the Class 4 this weekend. Only 2 cars running in the Class 4. They've got 911 Carrera 3.0. So Anton Werner looking to get a nice victory this weekend with that car. As we see then Ravecki in the number 66, leaving that door open for the Zach Speed. The Ford Capri Group 5. So Petrakovic is at the wheel. Now can I maybe stretch the legs out. It's a beautiful looking car. Brought 2 cars along with them as well this weekend, but they will only be racing this one. As we head then through the second to last corner, there they both are. The 2 Capris. Through the final corner we go, and Peter Mucker will hit the loud pedal, and off we go. So I was speaking to my colleague Carsten, who does the German commentary, and he was stating that, of course, the blue and white one is a full replica car, and it's about 200 kilograms more weight or heavier than the Peter Mucker version, the Ford Zach Speed Capri Turbo. So it'll be difficult for them to keep up this weekend in terms of speed and being able to brake, but should be there or thereabouts at the front end. But yeah, big chance then for that number 1 car. Of course, Klaus Ludwig drove this car in real life in its heyday to second in the DRM Championship. As we head up the hill in towards turn 2, turn 3, whatever you want to call it. Getting a little bit more fruity with the curbs here as well. Zimmerman, the BMW 2002, is in the pits right now as well. So the only driver that's not out there on circuit is indeed Zimmerman. We've got then Strauss, who's yet to put a time in with the Pantera. Just to see the Pantera out there in the session is pretty good. Peter Mucker has just gone and done a purple Sector 2 and was faster than Cameraman in Sector number 1. Although Cameraman's around about 1.8 seconds clear of everybody in that BMW M1 Pro car. We know that Pro car's quick though. There's Ronnie Shear in the number 6. Will be fighting near the front for sure as well in that BMW M1 Pro car. Schumann up into P5 now in the Class 2. And as it stands then, the top 5 are all Class 2 cars. As Peter Mucker goes provisional fastest, a 38.881. Plenty of time in the session for everybody to catch up. Plenty of time for Peter Mucker to find more time as well once they start to get the heat into the tyres. Yeah, lead. Oh, Coppenwaller stopped somewhere. So Coppenwaller is stopped on the circuit somewhere in the BMW 2002. So yeah, Coppenwaller. Not sure exactly where, but they are stopped. Stephanie's into the pits as well. And as we hop then through turn number 1, or should I say, well, there's turn number 1. It's got the long run all the way down here to turn number 4. And this is the long run up towards turn number 3. So such unique cars. And a lot of them this weekend. As Klusser is into the pits as well. Stephanie in the pits still. Hageman just gone P10 in the BMW M1 Pro car. Mucker still provisional pole, or fastest should we say. Cameraman, Shears top 3. Petrakovic, Schumann, Rensing are indeed your top 6. So yeah, Strauss in the Pantera has stopped somewhere, unfortunately. Yeah, not 100% sure where. There's no double yellows anywhere. There's no red flags. So I'm assuming the car's safely somewhere. But yeah, the Pantera in the Class 1 field will not be setting a lap time here. So Mucker then, a 37.526 has gone faster once again. We will see those times tumble as the weekend does indeed go on. They've got Cameraman, who's second with a 39.749. Ronnie Shear in third and with 45.942. As we're watching Otto Rensing here, number 17 in the Porsche. This car, number 39, has just had the track limits warning come up, and that's lap deleted. So that is indeed Koppenwolner, who's now in the pits. Seen a lot of green sectors here. Saluski's just moved up into P7 in the Porsche 911 RSR. But it's still Peter Mucker, the one to beat. Plenty of time here, though. 29 minutes. Well, there's a Pantera, so it's not a stop-down circuit. So it looks like there might be an issue with a transponder here. So the transponder may be broken on that car because the number 35 of Strauss is out there. You can hear the engine. You can hear the engine pouring out some notes. But yeah, the Pantera is looking good right now. Now I've said that, something's going to go wrong. Through turn one then. So yeah, interesting. I did. It says that Strauss is currently a P25, so none of his times are actually going to show up here throughout this whole session. We have no idea how fast Pantera realistically is. Peter Mucker has just done a 35.375, so finding more and more time as the session does indeed progress. See a potential lunge up towards turn number 3. It doesn't quite work out there. So that is the number 60 there, that's Hageman. Again, another Class 2 driver. Lots of Class 2 cars here this weekend. 5, 7, 8, 9 Class 2 cars dying there in the BMW M1 Pro car. Down to P22. Need to find a little bit more pace. But we're on board then with that number 60. That's Hageman. Down in 12th overall right now. So that looks like Zimmerman is into the pits here. The number 88 in the front. Then we've got the number 39 who's had their Koppenwolner, who had it to lap time deleted for track limits. The only naughty driver so far this session. So we're seeing some of the real funky Porsche now. So making sure they're all strapped in before they go back out. So it looks like the Capri of Petrakovic is in the pits here. The number 171. And then we've got the number 56 out of Stephanie. So Stephanie is in the pits as well. Taking a bit of time to indeed relax. And that is Petrakovic done by the look of things. Out the car they come. And there might be an issue with the engine here. So they don't normally get out the car. And you can just tell by the body language there that this is not ideal. Yeah, not ideal in the slightest. And we want to hope that that is something that is fixable. Or is that a smile on the face? Is this the case that, do you know what? I'm okay. I'm not too worried about it. Well, he's doing his hair, so all is not lost. No, there's a shake of the head. Everyone's got to do their hair, that's for sure. Got to make selfie look good. You're going to be on camera. But it looks like that car might be in a little bit of trouble. Otto Rensing, a car not in trouble right now. P6 moves up to P6 and now has a best time of 47.023. Still 12 seconds off the pace of what Peter Mucker is indeed producing. So Ravecki has just moved up from 17th to P15 in a BMW 320i, but then just has it completely taken away because of track limits. So number 66, track limits have been taken away. We're going to see this a lot this weekend. We're going to see it a lot, especially during qualifying. People are going to have their times taken off and they're going to drop back down positions. Saluski then in the number 311 in the Porsche 911 RSR. Second in the Class 1s right now. Otto Rensing just up ahead. Not a lot to choose between the two of them. Merely 1.1 seconds. So Saluski can find a bit of time. Find a bit of time, the job is done. And it really is all about just being comfortable with the circuit right now. So we saw a lot of punctures last time out. This is a circuit where curbs usage is going to be massive, very similarly to Spa. It wasn't the DRM Revival we had there, it was a DTM Classic. And yeah, we did see a few punctures, saw a few punctures in other championships as well. So yeah, it's just figuring out where you can go, where you can't go, to maximise your weekend. So Saluski there being let past. As into the pits, Kainzinger goes. So the Porsche 3.0 RSR is into the pits. The bright green machine is all done. So car 35 has just been confirmed, has no transponder signal. So Strauss right now is in P5, P25. But that's them done and dusted. Zimmerman is, well, it's just stayed in the pits then. Koppenwolder is now on an outlap, so is Meyer. Ravecki's got another track limits warning. Then we've got Muller-Vrede in the pits, Anton Werner in the pits, then Kainzinger, Petrokovic, Scheer and Mucker. They are all in the pits right now. So Cameraman who's just gone up to P2, he's got a 39.728. So right now, it's over 4 seconds of an advantage then to Peter Mucker. As Kalp then makes his way up the hill towards turn 2. Number 73 currently in 16th position in the Opel Kadett. Say bright green here. You can hardly miss this car, that's for sure. The number 73. We'll be looking for a big result this weekend as well, although running in the Class 2s becomes very difficult. Bit of smoke being kicked out the back there. Hopefully nothing too crazy. As soon as you see smoke with these cars, though, you instantly panic. So the only driver really to get track limit warnings right now is Ravecki. So Ravecki currently in P20. Hasn't had a clean lap since that lap was produced. A couple of pro cars then making their way through the S's. Got to be patient through here. Stephanie is in P13. Across the line they go. As we head then down towards the second to last corner, you've got to be so careful through here. If you run a little bit too far wide, you will be penalised. You'll have your lap time taken away, and it's game over. Otto Rensing and Saluski, by the way, 4th and 5th for the Class 1s. They're looking very good indeed. As you see the Andy Warhol painted, or replica painted BMW M1 Pro car. The red, blue, and the brown. And there's a bit of green on the rear left as well. Peter Mucker is on an outlap now, so back out. Just over halfway to go here, so not long. As we are on board with the number 40 there. So Cameraman is currently second fastest. Oh no, that isn't good. Oh, that is not good at all. The Zach speed here is on fire. Peter Mucker needs to get out of that car. And the marshals need to come on and save that car. That is bad news for not only the fans here, but the championship. Peter Mucker is going to be furious here, but hopefully we just get him out of the car, make sure he's safe. And then we get the extinguisher onto the car. He's trying to open up the engine here. He's got to think about his own safety more than anything. It's going to help here put that fire out. And this is going to be a red flag, ladies and gentlemen. And that is devastating news. Again, Peter Mucker with a genuine opportunity, leading the championship coming into this weekend. He's trying to get that bonnet open. The quicker he can get that open, easier it's going to be to put it out. But it should waft up a huge flame now with the air. And well, the marshals then are onto it, quick as a flash. And Peter Mucker very much thinking clearly there. Got himself out the car, got himself safe, parks the car off to the side, and then instantly thinking about, right, we need to get this fire out here and save what we can. You can see the slumped shoulders. He's not happy with the situation. but not the start for the weekend that Peter Mucker would have wanted. And the car now has just stopped on the side of the road here. So everybody now will have to come in through to the pits. And until that car has indeed been recovered off the circuit safely, and of course fluid may have been dropped from this car as well, everybody's just got to sit and wait here. The time will indeed count down. So normally with the schedule here, we do not get this the clock stopping, but we don't have as many championships this weekend. There's only 4 opposed to normally 6. So maybe they stop the timer and maybe we restart again. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we will get, obviously, as soon as I get confirmation, I will let you all know watching at home. Hopefully you're enjoying what you're watching right now. I might pop onto the YouTube chat, actually, and see who's watching. Normally I watch from the Twitch chat, but I'm going to see if we are watching on the YouTube. We've got the German one, and there we go. So there are 187 of you watching here. And well, a chance for you all to say hello then. So anybody who's watching right now, Ricky Szymanski, I've just realised you've posted it. I will be commentating on the DTM Trophy. But yeah, welcome to everybody watching all over the world. Let me know where you're watching from. And yeah, hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing. It's such a shame here again for Peter Mucker, who's been such a dominant driver this season, right at the sharp end of the championship, leading the championship here. And well, it's up in arms now as to whether we're even going to see that Zaxby's Capri racing, let alone winning the championship. So yeah, not ideal in the slightest here. So where's everyone watching from? We've got Josh Maynard, he's watching from Australia. Samira, yeah, not a good time to join, that's for sure. Yes, they're all priceless cars, Sam Bird, 100%. Yes. By expensive, I mean, yeah, not able to... yeah, priceless is perfect, absolutely perfect. We've got Kenshi saying hello as well. Heartstopper's watching from Australia. Damage, hey mate, how you doing? You okay? Daffa watching from Indonesia. Dominican Republic there for Oliver as well. Another Indonesian watching. We've got Germany for GTS. Patrick Rossier is in from Switzerland. Brisbane, Australia. North Carolina. It's 9:36 p.m. here in Australia. Wow. I was in America a couple of days ago, so my whole body clock's a big mess right now. Hamburg. Marius, Michigan. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate the nice words. Romania as well. NYC. Yeah, damage. Not ideal, is it? It's not ideal. So we're going to get the recovery truck on now. 17 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Pavel from Poland as well. Cincinnati. We've got Alan Rasmussen from Denmark. South Africa. Gabriel Joe. I'm sure you'll be supporting Sheldon van der Linde this weekend. Bimo, I'm wonderful. Thank you very much for asking. Ricardo Pombero from Portugal. Sunny Stoke-on-Trent. I don't think it's ever sunny there, is it? Not sure. Brazil, Spain, Melbourne. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. There's too many people. I can't keep up. Right, so if you just joined, we've got a red flag here for free practice for the DRM, or DTM Classic DRM Cup. It is the final weekend of the season. We're here at the Red Bull Ring. We're here in Spielberg, or just outside Spielberg, here in the mountains. Right now, Peter Mucker is the leader of the Class 2s, but as you just saw, that car was on fire. Here we go. We're about to see a replay then. And as you can see, there's smoke coming out of the car, but then all of a sudden, there's the orange stuff. You do not want to be seeing that, that's for sure. Mucker pulls over the car and then very calmly pulls himself out the car and then runs over to get himself the fire canister. Fire canister? What am I even saying here? Fire extinguisher. That's the word we're looking for. Fire canister, ladies and gentlemen. Search it on the internet. You'll realize there's no such thing as a fire canister, and I've just made it up. But yeah, he gets the fire extinguisher, puts it out, and now being recovered, which leaves us now with 16 minutes to go. He was leader of the Class 2s. Cameraman was second. Ronnie Shear third. Then leader of the Class 1s in fourth position, but leader of the Class 1s is Otto Renzing. Second then in that class is Saluski. He's currently fifth overall. Then we've got Petrakovic in the other Ford Capri, and could be the leader of the Ford Capris this weekend if this car is not able to get back out there. I will indeed get information about this car, and if you want to know the information, just shoot me a message on Instagram at ActroVision, and I'll more than happily relay that information to you. We've got Kainzinger in the Porsche 3.0 RSR in 8th position, just behind Schumann, who's in the Montreal, the Alfa Romeo. And then we've got another Schumann, Peter Schumann in the BMW 635 Group 5 in 9th position. And then we've got Hageman in the BMW M1 Pro car in 10th. Then leader of the Class 4s, the Audi Coupe Quattro, of course, one of the most successful cars in World Rally Championship, has the road kit attached to the car with Anton Werner at the wheel, currently in P14. Then we've got Muller-Vrede in 12th, Stephanie in 13th, Klosser, Landler as your top 15. We've then got Raskalp, Koppenwallner, Meyer, Revecki as your top 20. We've got 26 cars signed up for this weekend. So yes. Damage, I'm so glad you are enjoying the coverage here. It's incredible. We actually had a conversation at the start of the season, and we asked me and Carsten, who does the German commentary, he's actually next door to me right now. We asked and said, let's put this on as many broadcasts as possible, as many platforms as possible, and DTM agreed. And well, yeah, it's just really nice to see comments like that, because it's great to be able to share these cars with you. I can assure you now, most of these cars, when I walk past them and they're not even making a noise, give me goosebumps. My hairs are all raised up on my arms just by walking around a paddock. So to see them out in all their glory, but also a chance for you to not only watch this, but for free, as you can see there. Peter Mucker is actually checking the steering here to see whether the toe links or indeed the suspension has been melted here. It looks like it might be all good. So yeah, anything chassis-wise and drive-wise might be okay, but it's just the engine. So the engine obviously was on fire, which is, again, not ideal. But as you can see, just testing stuff still as they're trying to get back. Not a lot of time between now and qualifying. Qualifying is indeed tomorrow morning, which will be live again. It will be live on YouTube. If you are indeed a German speaker, there is a German broadcast as well. Maybe you just want to listen to the German broadcast and not listen to my voice. So there is many places you can indeed go and watch this. But yeah, this is the finale. And then 2 weeks' time in Hockenheim, we've got the DTM Classic Cup finale as well. So yeah, lots of action for you coming up. But this weekend, there is going to be 2 qualifying sessions. One will be tomorrow morning, and then indeed there will be a race tomorrow afternoon. Those streams are already queued up on YouTube, so you can go there, press the bell for notifications, so you get notified as to when we go live, maybe 30 minutes before, and then you're good to go. So the red flag's out still. I can hear the cars being fired up, though. We're about to go green again here in the practice session. Maximilian Tarion, you're heading to Spielberg tomorrow morning. Nice. Well, make sure you come and say hello to me. I'll be the only person in the whole of Austria wearing a pair of shorts. So, yeah, as soon as you find me, I'm the chunky guy with shorts. Come and say hello. It hurts to watch, Matthew. I could not agree with you more, my friend. I could not agree with you more. Again, this is why there's certain cars like the Pantera. I can only whisper that. I cannot say it loud, because then we have to acknowledge that the car's here and then talk about it. And as soon as you start talking about the Pantera, things go wrong. So let's just pretend that the car's not here. And then hopefully by the end of the weekend, we've seen it race twice and everything's good. It's like a mystical unicorn, the Pantera. So we've just got to hope that it's all is good. But, fingers crossed that the number 1 car here, the car that Klaus Ludwig drove back in the DRM Championship, will be okay for the rest of the weekend. So here we go then. Exit in the pits. And we are now green flag practicing. So up towards turn 2. I don't like to call it turn 2. Turn 2 is right at the top of the hill, if we're being honest. But, it is what it is. And now we've got some times on your screen there. So you can see Peter Mucker is indeed fastest. And that's not going to be beaten. Not by Peter, that's for sure, because his car's going to be on the way back to the garage. But the rest of the cars, I'm not sure they've got quite the outright pace to catch up to that time. Daffer, there are a lot of beautiful M1 Pro cars here. There's a couple of them now, just in formation here. I've been told we're going to have the Red Arrows here this weekend as well, doing a nice formation over the track. So that's going to be pretty special. But look at this. Oh, the Jim Beam one in behind is a very late entrance. We only had 24 entrants yesterday. Dyring running in that car this weekend. We only had 24 yesterday. I arrived today and Peter Obendorfer was like, we've got 26. I was like, oh, okay. Thank you. That's just random. Yeah, we've got a couple of guest entrants as well. A few Austrian drivers this weekend as well, of course, being in Austria, which is nice to see. But yeah, the biggest grid of the season so far. certainly is, Chris. It certainly is. Well, watching on YouTube then, everybody, what's your favourite car that you're going to, be seeing this weekend? Maybe you've got more than one, but which car is your favourite one on this grid? As, guest starter, Petrokovic in that Ford Capri. Currently in P6, the Group 5 car, with 9 minutes 40 seconds to go. I'm not sure whether they will be coming back out or not. Still plenty of time to do so. Quite a short track as well, quite a power track. I say short, it's not short, it's just very quick. Because there's not too many corners, only 11 corners. Klusser just went across the line, Muller-Vrede went across the line, and then we've got Ilgner, who is across the line as well. So Ronnie Scheer, Rensing, they are now starting their flying laps. So there's the Audi Coupe Quattro. Anton Werner then currently running in P11. As we see a yellow flag at turn number 5. So yellow flag at turn number 5. Not too sure exactly what has happened there. So that is the start of the double left-handers before you come into the S's. So I'm sure we will indeed see exactly what's happening there. Heartstopper is for all of them. BFMR, the E30 M3, you'll see a lot of them in 2 weeks' time on this channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. But a lot of those will be here in 2 weeks' time for the DTM Classic Cup finale. So here's the yellow flags then. And there is a car stopped off to the right-hand side. Again, can't see exactly who that is. And right now, there is nothing to tell me who it is either. Here's the 703 then of Ilgner, the Austrian, and the Porsche 9146. There's 2 of those this weekend as well. You'll see a grey one. Kainzinger in the number 42. So running then down towards those final couple of corners. And just such a unique looking Porsche, isn't it? Most Porsches look very similar. I say very similar. There's going to be a lot of Porsche fans out there who are going to be annoyed with me at that. But they have their distinct look. And then you have this that's just kind of completely different. A very unique looking Porsche. As Ilgner goes across the line. 203.602 in the Class 5s. Klusser, currently in P14 overall, is the leader of the Class 5s in a Ford Escort RS 1600. So Chris is like loving the Capri. Yeah, it's been a while. Chris. Sandberg, this is the DRM Cup. So if you're talking about DTM Trophy is in the championship, I don't know why it's called that specifically, but it's a different championship to the DTM. So I guess that's what they use to differentiate the name. As you see the 1600 there, sliding down towards the S's. Incredible stuff here. It's only practice. Wow, that is pace. Klusser in number 8. Currently 14th position, absolutely flying here. As we're heading then down towards turn 10. And then in towards 11. Or you could interpret them as turn 9 and indeed 10. As we come then through the final corner. Klusser's going to stay P14. Fastest lap actually though, 50.443. Nearly closing up to Stephanie in the BMW 320 Group 5 in P13. As we see them all making their way up the hill once again. 5.5 minutes to go. Yeah, so last time out we had like 3 of those orange BMWs. Not the same model, 3 different models. We've only got the one of them this weekend, maybe 2 actually. Yeah, maybe 2. I've only seen 1 this morning. I got to the track a little bit later. The RS 1600 there, just making some room for everybody. So it was Schumann in the Montreal then. So the Alfa Romeo Montreal, which is, again, one of the most unique cars I've ever seen. Should see it on the right-hand side of the track now. Yeah, so you can just about see it. So as the camera follows this... okay, the car's off the circuit now. So, yeah, the Montreal is the other car now that's, unfortunately, having issues. So 3 cars then. Well, 2 cars, because the Pantera is out there, just no transponder. So we're not seeing any lap times then from Strauss, who's currently 25th in the list on the left-hand side, but has been out there putting lap times in. So the transponder is indeed failing. As we see some very shaky camera shots there, because this car is making the ground very shaky. We've got that number 6 then, Ronnie Shear, of course, multiple race winner within our Classic Series, a very quick driver indeed. Running in the BMW M1 Pro car, does have a race win this season as well, and is currently the third fastest out of everybody on the circuit with a 140.974. Is there a chance to catch up the cameraman? I would imagine there is. We had last time out at the Nürburgring, we had a Stingray, Corvette Stingray. Yeah, that was probably the most unique car we've seen so far this season. Car 17's had a lap time deleted. Very surprised we've not had more lap times deleted, in all fairness. Kainzinger then has just put the Porsche 3.0 RSR up the orders. That was nearly a very expensive sandwich. Otto Rensing threading the needle. Does indeed get through there unscathed, but that looked very close. It's a bit too close for comfort. Hopefully we're going to get a little replay of that, because that was close. Very close indeed. Wow. Oh, you don't expect that in free practice, that's for sure. Otto Rensing just slicing and dicing, no problem. Salewski still in P5. And we've got 3 Porsche RSRs in 4th, 5th and 6th right now. We've got 2 911 RSRs in 4th and 5th. And, well, actually, Kainzing has just been pushed down as the BMW 635 Group 5 of Schumann, Peter Schumann, has moved up into top 6 position. We're on board then with the number 311. This is Salewski, one of the younger drivers on the grid. Look how wide the skirt is of that car. So much torque running through this car as well. Such wide rear wheels to get that power down. As we see Stephanie in a BMW 320 Group 5 move up to a top 10. So guest driver into a top 10. Petrokovic's guest driver into a top 8 as well. Trying to look through the rest of the list. They're the only 2 drivers that are new this week that have got themselves into a top 10. But as it stands, it looks like Schumann and Mucker, they're the 2 cars that are indeed out of this session with issues. The Pantera is in the pits, but I don't think we could say it's retired per se. I think you'll find here that Petrokovic fancies another crack out there. Finished the session earlier on. He's got 1 minute 20 seconds to go. As we're going to watch Peter Schumann here. Swinging through turn number 3. Oh, a little bit of counter steering. Absolutely. You love to see it. It's a very similar paint job to what Olaf Manti drives in the DTM Classic Championship, and just as sideways. Just as sideways. Peter Schumann and Olaf Manti love getting their cars sideways. Are they pushing? Yes. How much are they pushing? Yes. Incredible stuff there. Free practice. Oh, this championship never ceases to amaze me. That is for sure. Cameraman is in the pits. Session done. Found a lot of time, actually. 3.5 seconds off of Peter Mucker. It was just about 4.2 at one point. It's the number 13. Off the circuit we go. And there's Landler making a bit of a mistake there. And if you're up on your history, you know that that paint job is actually a replica of a BMW from yesteryear that Andy Warhol actually painted, hand-painted himself. And this is a replica of that, and it's a very good replica as well. So I had no idea about the history of this car, and I was speaking to them earlier this season, and they were explaining to me that, yeah, this is actually a work of art from Andy Warhol. And I was like, ah, well, that's interesting. Very interesting indeed. So with the checkered flag now out, the session is absolutely done and dusted. Peter Mucker will be the fastest out there. Then Kammerman, Scheer, Rensing are indeed P4, down to P4. Saluski, Schumann, Kainzinger, Petrokovic, Stephanie, and then Schumann as well in P10. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions about this championship and you need them answered before qualifying tomorrow, I am more than happy to answer your questions. It's at ActTrollVision. If someone could type that in the chat for me, that'd be wonderful. It's at ActTrollVision on Twitter or indeed Instagram. And yeah, you can send me any messages. If there's any particular car you want to find out some information about, and I've got time, I will absolutely go and ask the drivers or the engineers about that car for you. But yeah, make sure that you do indeed stick around for the weekend, because we've got 2 qualifying sessions, both early in the morning on Saturday and Sunday, and of course 2 races in the afternoon as well, which are both around about 4 p.m. in the afternoon local time. In the UK, it's about 3 p.m. As well. So yeah, hopefully you have indeed enjoyed this. So yeah, session done. Mucker will not get the checker flag, but the car's already off. We've seen that. The car was on fire. So yeah, not only with pace, but quite literally as well. Kammerman then second in the BMW M1 Pro Cup, which is a bit of a surprise here. Ronnie Scheer not being at least second. So that's a really good time there for Kammerman, actually. You've got to give the man his flowers when he deserves it. Ras about to come across the line in number 22 as Kalp moves up the order in P13 now. Ras then in the BMW 2002. Is there some improvement here for Ras? Across the line there we go. It will be no improvement. It's P17. Well, I say no improvement. It is an improvement, not on position, just on time. We've then got ourselves the Ford Escort RS 1600 of Clusser, who now is the final car, one of the final cars to take the checkered flag, and actually will indeed be the Audi Coupe Quattro that will take the checkered flag last. Anton Werner will be P14 in that number 44. Free practice done. It's not a good day for Peter Mucker. It's not a good day for the Montreal of Schumann, and Strauss in the Pantera, got to say it again very, very lightly, did finish the session, we think. Peter Mucker then P1, Kammerman P2. We then got Ronnie Scheer and Otto Rensing in P3 and P4. Saluski and Schumann in P5 and P6. Kainzinger and Petrokovic are 7th and 8th. Stephanie and Schumann are your top 10. We've then got Hageman and Muller-Vrede in 11th and 12th position. Kalp and Werner as 13th and 14th. Landler, Klusser, 15th and 16th. Ras, Meyer, 17th and 18th. Then we've got Ravecki and Koppenwolner in 19th and 20th. Got ourselves an Austrian flag there in Koppenwolner. A few Austrians racing this weekend. And then final page here, we've got Dyring in 21st, then Schiedelblauer is in 22nd, another Austrian, of course. We've then got Ilgner, Kainzinger, who are both in 23rd and 24th, respectively. Strauss, who did put lap times in, is 25th, but the transponder had issues. Zimmerman never got out there. Make sure you come and tune in tomorrow, or go and turn notifications on for it, because it's already queued up as a stream, because we've got ourselves some DTM Classic DRM Cup action for you. Qualifying and race 1 of the weekend.